You are listening to the Tricorder Transmissions and 5-Year Mission, Episode 13. And now, here are Craig and Jeff.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 13 of What Are Little Songs Made Of? This week, we are going to be talking about the year one track, The Menagerie, Part 2. And here to start off the conversation is Chris talking about the writing of the song.
This one, like Patrick, I wanted to go from the perspective of Pike, because really, that's what Menagerie, as a whole is all about. It's about the Pike story and what happened to him, post the cage. So I really wanted to, and what really struck me about the episode is that his whole drive is to get back to this woman. Well, I think peripherally he just wants to get somewhere where he's accepted and he can live, even though he's stuck in a box. But this woman is someone that he knows accepted him in the past, despite her, as Andy would say, hunchbackiness,
and half melty face.
And half melty face. So he figures that now that he's disfigured, he can go back and see her. When you think about it, this is a really horrible story.
It really is.
So anyway. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do this. It's kind of a melancholy sounding song, but it really was designed to be this hopeful love song where he's, defying the odds and getting back to this woman that he knows he can love and can love him back. So that's kind of where that was the whole idea. And we were actually in Hero House, going through some demos or something, and I just started picking out the riff that starts out the song, and I remember we were just kind of sitting around, and Noah's like, "Hey, I kind of like that," and then I thought, "Oh well, that's 1 out of 4." So let's see what I can do with this, and that was kind of the beginning of Menagerie 2.
Were you guys using an EBO on that song?
Yes,
we did. Mike did.
I bought one just to use for that song, and then we used it again on another song in year 2, and then I don't know where it went.
I have one I don't use very much if you want me to send it your way.
I need it. We may need it because I was thinking about using it again, and I have no idea where the one that we had went.
Well, if we end up in Vegas, I'll bring it with me.
Only if you'll play the song live.
I remember
we will play the song live eventually. Yeah. We just have to make.
We'll play it back to back with Devil in the Dark.
We got to make. Actually, I don't know, a couple months ago when we were. I don't know, last time we played a show, I had actually practiced it and gotten it ready to practice with everybody else, and then we just ran out of time because we were working on other stuff. But I do want to play it, and something I forgot to mention when I was talking just in generally about the song. But like Patrick, I kind of turned Mike's lyrics around because Mike says, "You're not the hero," and I actually, I say.
I was the hero.
Yeah.
I was. Wait, what is it you say?
No, I say I'm not your hero. I say instead of someone else telling Pike he's not the hero.
Not your hero. What do you do?
Yeah, Pike is actually saying I'm not the hero. Just I'm just this guy that's.
What was I doing in your world?
Yeah.
Held captive in a dating.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like Thanks, Mike, for telling me my lyrics. It's like he's like I'm not. I wasn't the hero then. I'm not the hero now. I just want to get back to you. Yeah.
He's not the hero.
Well, but he's saying it to him about himself instead of someone else.
Confirming that I am right.
You're a jerk.
From a production standpoint on these slower songs, is there a tendency, or when do you guys know that you're done layering? Because I mean, those three songs, starting with Menagerie Part 1 and going through Conscious of the King, they really it's really a great trilogy of songs, and it really sets a really interesting mood.
You know, a piece of art is never truly finished. It's abandoned.
Right.
Well, I think there's definitely some challenges with the slow songs, and we've, like, I know for Andy, a lot of them are not fun. I understand that they're not fun to play on the drums. And we usually try to push to have. I mean, we'll send out some demos, and I know there's been multiple occasions where we've just argued and been like, the demo is perfect. Like, that's it.
Let's just release it.
Let's just release it. Like
vocals
that.
and acoustic
It's
guitar.
just,
That's it.
all it needs to be.
I can think of two of Noah's songs we've done that.
But in the end,
Tried.
we really try to get everybody on that song doing something, and and then it becomes what it is. It becomes a new entity.
And so now there's at least 2 members of 5-Year Mission on every track that we've put out.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Andy being was it bored during those songs?
Bored.
But Andy, I wanted to tell you that I really, really like the way the snare cuts in those slower, quieter songs.
That's the brushes.
That's the brushes, yeah. Good old brushes.
That's the lack of jazz teachings that I've had.
Hey, it works for me.
I want to say on this song too, even though it's a year one song, and I've had lots of demos to listen to since that have all affected me in different ways. Like, this was the first demo I got where, like, I got chills listening to it. Like,
Yeah.
Were they multiplying?
It all, yeah, maybe.
I probably listened to this demo more than any of the other year one demos.
It was pretty powerful when it came out. That's when I knew, this is actually going to be worth it. Mike's idea is going to be okay.
Yeah, I was.
There's only so many songs we can say that.
I know, but this is one. This is definitely
This is one.
definitely the one.
This is Chris's shining moment of year one.
Yeah, the reception for this song was very encouraging for me.
Wait,
I think this the last one that I did for year one. No, because Balance of Terror was the last one.
yeah.
So this was I had already done.
You put this one out, and we were like, oh, yeah, Chris is gonna be okay. He's gonna be all right. But
You know
then,
what? You
then
know
I get this Balance of Terror.
So you know what it was? It was the lack.
1 out of 4 ain't bad.
It was the lack of yarling on this song. That's when we were like,
Here we go again.
oh, yeah, he can sing and he doesn't have to yarl.
I can't catch a break.
You were talking about knowing when we're finished with the track, and that is probably the hardest part. But I do remember when we were mixing this particular song, listening to the different mixes of it, it was the song that I couldn't listen to very much because it brought me to tears. I apparently had such horrible emotional problems. But like I loved the song, but I had to skip it because it would make me cry every time I listened to it.
Yeah. It is.
You're welcome.
This song,
I didn't have emotional problems before, but after this song, I did.
I have
Well,
a
my work
theory.
here is done.
I have a theory as to why the song touches Patrick so much. and this is actually on topic. It's because this is the only 5-Year Mission song that I am the only one doing backing vocals.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. That's weird.
That disturbs me.
I didn't want to know that.
I don't like it anymore.
Thanks.
Don't listen to it anymore.
I can't.
When we were recording year one, we had maybe 3 or 4 songs that we hadn't really practiced very much together. Yeah. I think this was one of them.
Yeah.
So
At the end, after we had recorded all of the good songs, we got down to the crap, and we were just like, let's just get these songs done.
it was just the more, maybe the lighter, more acoustic-y songs, maybe we didn't focus on as much as the rockin' songs.
Yeah.
And so when we finally got to them later on, and we didn't have much time left. So that would explain how, a song ended up with just Mike backing vocals on it.
Just ran out of time.
That also explains why Noah does not appear on this song at all.
That's right. It was even recorded at my house.
Yeah. It's recorded at Noah's house, and he still didn't do anything on it.
Recorded and mixed at my house.
He's on it in spirit.
What do you play on this song?
He plays bass.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're making quotes with our fingers, by the way. Noah plays bass on this song.
Maybe someday he'll actually play bass when we play it live.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Except I got stuck.
That would explain why you couldn't remember it.
Practice it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was over there on keys trying.
That also segues into something else I wanted to mention about this song that I also forgot to mention in the first Menagerie was that I took another thing I wanted to do because I like that they included a few lines and some chord progressions from the Cage in their songs, but I needed a little more. So I actually took PJ's guitar lead from the Cage and turned it into parts in both of the songs. So part of the bass line in this song is the same notes as Patrick's guitar lead, just in the key of the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the first Menagerie, I also did that with my guitar part.
Which is why they all sound so derivative.
I mean, they're all coming from the Cage, so it's still plagiarism on my song.
Per request.
So, Chris, talking a little bit more about the darker lyrics, the more melancholy feel of the song, is it more challenging for you to write lyrics like this, or does it come easy, or?
It's his natural state.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it really depends on my mood. I think in this case, I don't know. It just kind of came to me. Just the idea of what was going on, with the episode and how it affected me. It was just, this idea of this tragic love story is really what it was to me. And so when you look at it from that perspective, it's not, I don't think it was that difficult, but I don't think that I can just sit down and think, oh, I'm going to write a sad song and it just happened. It can't be a conscious thing. It has to be organic, I think.
So, guys, any final thoughts on Menagerie Part 2?
No.
When I got
Damn it, we're done.
no, I got one more thing. When I got the demo and was listening to it, and I really like Chris's lyrics, and I thought this is really great. It's the best thing I ever heard Chris do. And he gets to the line. What is it? Now I see that you are me in a different shell. I thought he said show.
Oh yeah.
I did too. And I thought that for the longest time, like all the way up until we were. I think year one had already even been out.
Yeah.
And we were putting our lyrics on the website, and I read the lyrics. I'm like, shell. I thought that said show.
I remember your discovery and you telling me about that.
And it completely like ruined how I felt about the entire song because I thought that was genius. Like he's singing about like his Star Trek is a different Star Trek than Kirk's Star Trek, but no.
But he was talking to the lady.
Some lame line about being in a box, also being like,
It was metaphoric.
Mike ain't fancy, don't worry.
I guess not.
That's my final thought.
Thank you, Jerry Springer.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of What Are Little Songs Made Of. Thanks as always for tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday with another brand new episode featuring all 5 members of 5 Year Mission. If you'd like to catch up with us between now and then, hit us up on social media at facebook.com/the Tricorder Transmissions, on Twitter at TTT_pod, on 5 Year Mission's Facebook page at facebook.com/5, that's the number 5, Year Mission.